because I have a really cool card for us today. But let's get the Instagram thing going here. Man, that thing is slow. It said 5 seconds. It lies. There we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And we have an interesting card from the Wild Harmonic deck. And again, that is such an it's a deep dive kind of deck. And so pulling one card is kind of like just eating the frosting off the cake. There's a whole lot more that's available. But one card it is, and it is, I hope, a portal to what we need to be looking at this point in time. So Jonil's here, bright and early, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I always thought that was an interesting saying. I think it's rabbit related, but whatever. Maybe it came out of Peter Rabbit. I don't know. Anywho, good morning to the other person who is here. Your name isn't rolling yet, but glad to have you. And yeah, went to a movie last night. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Hello, hello. It was, the only word that we keep saying is horrendous. Horrendous. Diane kept saying to me, "What was this about? What was this trying? What point was this trying to make?" And I think I at least caught the glimmer of what the point was, but how they made it was just bizarre. So yeah, that was, I don't even remember the name of it. Not worth seeing. $17 we'll never get back. But on the way out the door, we had a good laugh and then went and had a great pizza. So all is well. All is well. But this card, I'm really thinking this card is, again, following on with all of the things that we've been talking about lately. We are back to cards again, which is good. Gwen, did I say hi to you? If not, good morning. Yeah, a little scattered today, and in fact, let's ground a bit. So feet on the floor, butt in the chair, tap. Take some breaths. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yeah. Yes, we saw the trailer for that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I wanted to go see The Devil Wears Prada 2, but she had not seen Devil Wears Prada 1, so she didn't want to necessarily see 2. So good morning, Barb. Glad you are here. Practical Rebels popping in left and right. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And she doesn't like animated stuff, so that kind of left out a whole plethora of what was available. But there was the Ryan Gosling one. It's something about space. Anyway, it's a sci-fi thing, but apparently it had a very good message. So we didn't go see that one. We went and saw this POS that was horrendous, just horrendous. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Nancy. There we are. So grounded, settled in, ready for Sunday. I did some gardening yesterday, and interestingly, my back did not hurt. My back did not hurt. And I thought, what is my back in the support area of my back telling me? Telling me. A good one with Sally Fields. We didn't see a preview for that. Interesting. Yeah, this one had Demi Moore and hers and one other guy, I can't remember who, were the only names that I recognized. It was, yeah, strange. Anyway, moving on. Wild Harmonic deck by Gabriel J. Marihugh. And he's been very active lately. He's got a lot of stuff that he's putting on YouTube. And so I've been kind of watching some of his stuff. He does some more astrologically related stuff, kind of interesting things. So here is our card. Let me see if I can set this book down without losing my page. Here's our card. It's Spirit of Spirit, Experimental Inquiry. Experimental Inquiry. And we have the sign from Libra there. But the gist being, we're going to explore, does one orb weigh the same as six little orbs? Yeah. But this is a really interesting card. So again, listen with your intuitive ears, not just your physical ears, but your intuitive ears, and see what you glean. Experimental Inquiry, Spirit of Spirit. Take a breath. Let it go. As the spirit of creativity meets itself, it finds that curiosity and exploration are the core of its being. Curiosity and exploration. Are you in a state of curiosity and exploration day to day? Many of us are not. We're slogging through routine, and we need to bust that up. There's a comfort level with that. But you know my thing about the comfort zone, there sits our critical self in the middle of the comfort zone, our small self, our self who's trying to protect us. But, with the flip flops on, in the beach chair, with the pina colada, because it's not working too hard to keep us from anything. But as we meander toward that dark edge that we've talked about a couple of times now, that abyss over which all the good stuff is, the pina colada goes flying, the flip-flops go flying, and it comes running over. Wait, 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 don't do that. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Trying to put you back in the middle of the comfort zone. But growth is at that dark edge of the discomfort. That's where we need to be, willing to experience the discomfort, to try new things. Like me getting Instagram on here. Holy buckets, that was a journey. We got it down now. We're doing it. We're doing it. So, again, listen with the intuitive part of yourself that knows what part of this message you need. Creativity, good attitudes, sincerely entertaining an idea, the willingness to make mistakes. Anybody? And opening to the creative impulses unique in you. A card of seeing how it goes by both giving it our all and staying free enough to change direction if it doesn't work out. My friend Lynn, I wonder how this will work out. Willing to try it and see, and not getting all kerfluffled when it doesn't work out. Okay, that didn't work. Again, the Thomas Edison idea. I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. It's all part of the process. We need those failures to learn from. To learn from. Let's see. This card reminds me that if I don't know what I want, it is okay to try things on and see what I think. I think back on some of the things I've tried on. Golf. I was absolutely sure I was going to love playing golf. It's outside in nature. Why wouldn't I love playing golf? Meh. I'd much rather play mini golf than real golf. Golf is not my gig. So, yeah, try things on. See if you like them or not. If you don't, let them go. Maybe 20 years later, try them again. See if anything grabs you then. Highly doubt it with golf for me, but hey. To discover what I want in my life, I must experiment. And this means us in this third quarter of our lives. Things are changing. Many of us are retiring from careers. We have a whole field open in front of us. Go into that open field. Stand in that open field. Be in the open field. You don't have to do anything yet. See what comes to you. What do you observe? What calls for your attention? What do you want to try? Right? Underwater basket weaving. Let's do it. Let's see what we think. This means both an ability to try things out and, after doing so, an ability to let go of what is not fitting. I just watched a video, one of my favorite YouTubers. She is just this creative wild woman, and she does all kinds of amazing things, and she's got a fabulous sense of humor, and she just tried crocheting for the first time. And she'd make these comments about, I bet y'all are enjoying watching me crochet. Look at this change. She just goes on and on. And she's just funny as heck. Let me think. Um, Give me a minute, I'll pull her name. But she is just awesome. No, in fact, let's go back here. And I think I just watched one of hers shortly ago. Let's see what she's got for us. Rachel Matsky. No, Maxey. Maksy. And she just did a video. I mean, she's got hundreds of thousands of viewers. Rachel Maxey, Maksy. And she does just all this creative stuff that I just think is so much fun. She wanted to make a toadstool skirt, so she did. She loves to sew, but she's just a hoot. She'll jump into scenes. She'll kick things out of scenes. She's just hilarious. My kind of girl. My kind of girl. So check her out if you haven't. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. Hubby's having a mental health crisis. Okay, so let's take a moment. One of our own needs us. So warm up your hands. And we're sending Carolyn and her husband good energy, some calming energy, some good juju. A mental health crisis can actually be exactly what we're talking about here. One of those places where we want to move into being willing to experiment with something new. Try something new. See what happens. Look for a different explanation of what's actually going on with you. Be willing to consider new options. Breathe. Oh my God, breathe, 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 breathe. And sometimes the answer takes a while to show up, right? Divine right timing, divine right order. But sending energy to Carolyn and her hubby as we go through this process. And this is the up leveling. It ain't pretty. It's kind of like giving birth. That is not a pretty process, right? It's painful. They talk about the discomfort. All right, you can euphemize that however you like. It's painful. Breathing into that, allowing the unfolding, allowing the butterfly to struggle with coming out of the chrysalis, allowing the chick to struggle with coming out of the egg. It is part of the process. And when we view it as a natural, normal thing, when we have these dark nights of the soul and we view them as opportunities to up level, experiment with it as best you can. Experiment with it. The desire oftentimes is to totally sink within ourselves, and we do need within time to get a sense of what's going on within me, and what do I choose to do about that? How do I choose to look at that? Right? Okay, so let's find our spot again. Ooh, we got some good stuff coming here. To discover what I want in my life, I must experiment. This means both an ability to try things out, and after doing so, an ability to let go of that which is not fitting. While the ideas of others, of anyone from today or antiquity, are valuable starting points, it is only by the spirit of inquiry, the spirit of spirit itself, that I find the detached engagement needed to discover value for myself. I love that detached engagement idea. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see what happens. I don't have an idea of what the outcome's going to be, but I'm willing to try it. So I'm detached. I go into it. The where's that other one? I think it's way behind the computer. Anyway, but it's the engage in the process. Let go of the outcome. Engage in the process. See what happens. Be the observer. Be fully in the process, not reaching for an early exit of the process with an outcome. That might not be the outcome you would have come to had you stayed in inquiry, stayed in curiosity. That's why I always talk about be in your curious observer. See what comes up. Okay, let's see. So our inquiry question, and if a bunch of you could put this in the feed, that would be fabulous, and I'll read it more than once. Am I approaching things with a fixation on specifics? Am I approaching things with a fixation on specifics or a spirit of inquiry that allows for unfolding? Am I approaching things with a fixation on specifics or a spirit of inquiry that allows for unfolding? I wonder how this will work out. Being on that journey, the part of our path, merely walking our path. Yes, engage in the process, let go of the outcome. Am I approaching things with a fixation on specifics or a spirit of inquiry that allows for unfolding? We want to allow the unfolding. When we did the invoking divine right timing and divine right order, 21 days, what were all those statements about? Following our path, taking the next best step, not having answers, having questions, living into the questions, not trying to force the answers, right? So that's our call to action today. It's about being present, and it's about taking next best steps, and it's about being curious and being creative. I wonder what would happen if I did this. I wonder what would happen if I did nothing and I just waited and saw what unfolded. I wonder what would happen. Trying it out. So that's our call for today. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Spirit of spirit.